guess for Courtney to start, you had a really good day on the boards. Was there anything specific that you were seeing out there that kind of aided in that performance? 11 boards, 12 points as well.
No, just trying to get back to playing my game. Obviously, I'm pretty sure we got out rebound, so it's always a goal of mine to stay on the boards, both offensively and defensively, because I can, and I know that's a really big thing that the team kind of needs. The ball was going my way sometimes it doesn't, and I was just glad I could contribute that for the team.
Question for Jillian. I feel like you've made your presence felt defensively tonight with steals and blocks and hustle plays. How much of that do you think is going to help you guys going forward?
I think a lot. Just like any way that I can help contribute to the team is going to help. And, our defense starts our offense a lot of times. And so just getting those steals and getting deflections, blocks, it's going to give us momentum, and it's just going to give us more energy and hopefully lead to offense too.
And then I guess for both of you guys, Ohio State came out and they really pushed the pace early with the press from the get-go, and it looks like you guys made a lot of adjustments early on that led to a second quarter that really helped you guys function offensively. Was that something you expected coming in, that they were going to play so fast? And if so, what changed for you guys in that middle of that first quarter into the second quarter to lead into more offensive success for you guys?
We knew we had to slow it down. We didn't want to get into a track meet with them. They like to play fast. They average 90 points. So just knowing for us, breaking the press and then slowing it down was going to be crucial for us. And I think we did a good job of that. At times we got a little rushed. They were able to speed us up at times, but we controlled the pace a lot of the game too. So I think that's something to build on.
Yeah, I agree with Jill. Two of the 4 keys for the game was to be able to break their press, because that's what they're known for. They press teams for 40 minutes. So we kind of knew that going in, and then also controlling the pace. So those are big things that I think we took advantage of in the first half, and we were able to, go into halftime with a pretty decent score.
Just for both of you guys, sitting at 6-6 going into the new year, just how do you feel about the season thus far, and what do you guys want to accomplish going forward?
I think 6-6 is very representative of how the games go. Sometimes it's really 50-50. We talk a lot about 50-50 balls, and just getting this team to play for all 40 minutes. I think that's where some of our losses have come from, just lapses. We talked a lot in the locker room just now about we can't afford the lapses that we have defensively and just in terms of our intensity on the court, because we've had to pay this season thus far. But we've played a lot of hard teams. Our non-conference was good. It battle tested us. So I think we just have to take the things we have to start taking the things that we've learned in those games and applying them. And when we're in games with really good teams like we just were, stay on the gas pedal instead of letting up.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like Ohio State, their hands were everywhere defensively. You guys really, they benefited and capitalized off the turnovers they were able to force. Moving forward, what do you guys need to do to cut down on that as Big Ten play really gets into swing?
I think we just need to settle in more and not let them speed us up. Because once we do that, we run our offense, we can get anything we want to get. And so just not letting teams get a hand on ball, making crisp passes, taking good shots, that's going to be really conducive to our success.
Yeah, I agree with Joe. It's just in the details. Turnovers has been a key since our very first game that we played this season. So, time to start as we go into Big Ten play, trying to turn that around and work it in our favor, turn the other team over.
You mentioned the difficult schedule you guys have played. How do you feel like this is going to benefit you guys? It seems like maybe you're not where you want to be as a team right now, but there's, still the whole, all of Big Ten season to go.
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah. That's what we've been talking about, keeping things in perspective. It's a very long season. It's not even 2023 technically yet. So I think it's really just important, like I kind of said, to take what we've kind of struggled with in these losses and apply them first in practice. I think that's something that our team needs to work on first, and then, take that energy onto the court. And, I really just think it's playing for all 40 minutes. These lapses kind of get us down, and then we always find ourselves having to dig ourselves out of a hole, and we got to start making other teams dig themselves out of a hole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and only being 2 games into conference too, we have a lot ahead of us, and we can really turn around and do well in the conference, and that's one of our goals. So we still have that ahead of us.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Sure. Just disappointed, disappointed. I knew Ohio State. Watching them on tape, they're really good, and but I was disappointed that we let them affect us in the third quarter. And I like where we were at halftime. I liked the pace. I didn't like the score as much, but I liked the pace and where we were going. I felt like we were getting a lot of good shots. We missed some layups. I think we were 1 for 10 from 3, but they were all good looks. And I thought we were ready to play, in the third quarter. And then we came out, and we just couldn't. We couldn't get the stops we needed at the right time. We got deep foul trouble with people that can score for us, especially Kaylee Walsh, and that hurt. We fouled a lot tonight. We can't do that against teams that are going to make you pay. And they beat us to loose balls, which we've been pretty good at. It's kind of been our, mantra here at Northwestern, that we don't get outworked or out-hustled. And Ohio State beat us to a lot of balls tonight. We're going to have to change that. And, I thought we defended them at times well, and we just, they got us in transition and turnover. So we got a lot of things to work on. But there was a lot of positives, too, that we did well tonight, too, that, I don't think the score was really indicative of the game for 4 quarters. Again, we got to stay out of foul trouble. We got to find ways to score the ball. We're not, part of that is, again, taking care of the ball.
So one of the things that I noticed on the stats is that you were pretty even on a lot of the stats except for shooting. So how do you kind of exercise the demon of a game like this where they're shooting, where shots are just not falling?
We held them. And again, we're stats can be a little bit deceiving, but they were 6 for 21 from the 3-point line, so I felt like we did a good job guarding that. We just, they got to the rim, they got second chances, and we couldn't keep them off the line. For us, we have good shooters. It's going to happen. There's going to be a night where I feel like we're close, but. I think Ohio State rushed us tonight a lot of times. We had good looks that, hopefully we'll show a little more poise. Play Michigan State Monday. I can't complain with the shots that we got. We just got to start putting the ball in the basket, relax, and we've been one of the best defensive teams in the country the last 6-7 years. We got to get back to that too.
Coach, you talked about that offensive identity. We've seen Kaylee Walsh, Jillian Brown, Courtney Shaw step up. Do you view this team as having one dynamic scorer that can carry you guys? And if not, what do you want to see from this offense going forward in your individual players?
Kaylee Walsh, it really hurt us getting in foul trouble in the first half. And, she's been scoring, she's been aggressive, and, we had to sit her a lot. So, and I thought we kind of held serve during that time, but we got to find others or alternative scorers too, and we're just coming off break, so hopefully, we learn from this, and as you guys mentioned too, the Big Ten is relentless. We're playing Michigan State next game, so they're a really good team too. So you just gotta. I've been coaching in this league a long time, so I feel like I have a feel of the grind of what you need. But we got to get in the gym, get it done.
Joe, it seems like Ohio State has so many players who can beat you in a lot of different ways. Even missing, losing Green for the year. What's the challenge of preparing for a team like that?
Well, it was ironic too. I watched them beat Oregon right before Christmas, and I know they've been without, J.C. Sheldon, who's a great player too, and I feel like they just have so much depth that, they just come right in and don't miss a beat. And and Green's a terrific player too. So I feel like they just seem to have a lot of. They remind me a little bit of our team that won the Big Ten 2 years ago, just how well we played together and shared the ball. These guys seem to know where each other going to be. They look up the floor. So credit to them and their coaching staff, because they're, when you watch them on tape, even you're like, wow, they're going to be a tough out for anybody.
And speaking of offensive players, Haley Weaver showed some bright spots here tonight. Can you talk to her success as someone we didn't see a lot of work last year and started to become a lot more confident shooting basketball and winning one-on-one matchups?
Yeah, she's worked really hard. She's a gym rat, and we've been impressed with her work ethic. She's a really aggressive defensive player, can change some things on the defensive end. We like that. I think her game transition too is coming around. It's just trying to get her confidence, and we're still trying to find lineups, people to play with each other together, and we're really young, and I feel like that's, we got a little time this week. We don't have a lot of time because, we play, I think 5 games in like 10 days or something like that coming up. So, our league is relentless, but I think our kids are determined, and we just got to find, I think we just got to slow down a little bit, get better shots, and Haley, I think, is really stepped up with especially with her work ethic.
We've seen Courtney Shaw come off the bench recently. Do you imagine her getting more in that starting lineup just based on how she performed tonight in that Big Ten play?
Yeah, I mean, Courtney, what she does is she's one of the best rebounders in the league, and we saw that last couple of years. And it's just trying to get her. She had missed some time with some injuries, and trying to get her back. You heard her say that too a little bit, but I feel like she fought really hard tonight. I was just really proud of the way she was aggressive on the glass, and we got to get her to where she's finishing too. But she, I was proud of her tonight. And she's won Big Ten championships. She played in NCAA tournaments, so she, she brings a different. She understands, what it's like to play. What feels like to your body almost every night. Guys, appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.